I've fallen and I can't get up. So don't be that guy. Don't break your ankles and hips and everything else and need to hit your emergency bracelet at the bottom of the steps because you fell on ice. And this is the time of the year that you're probably going to do that if you're not careful. Hot during the day, real cold at night, all the snow's starting to melt, and generally it ends up on the trails because the trails are a little bit lower and beat down from people walking on them. So when the water lays there, ice is there in the morning, and that could be a bad thing. Now I do want to say before we get into this really cool little bushcraft hack of making ice creepers, this is not, and I repeat, not a substitution for crampons or real ice cleats, okay? If you're going somewhere to a park and there's signs that you need ice crampons to hike these trails, do not do this and then say Coalcracker made me fall off a ledge and got killed by a waterfall. Like, no. This is for, we're at camp, we got to carry some gear in or out, or we're going into our little camping spot, we're like, wow, this is nothing but a sheet of ice down this little trail. There's no risk of death or injury other than me falling, and I'm gonna try this. So we're not climbing cliffs and stuff with this, just so we're on the same page there. Now, simplicity. All that you need to do is you need to find somewhere, in our case, which I'm gonna show you here in a second, that has dried grasses or dried goldenrod. And something like that typically is gonna be found on the edge of woodline or disturbed areas. Most people know what this stuff looks like once they start showing it. This is what we're looking at. So if you're around even a lake, you can use cattail or phragmites. Any of that stuff will work fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna gather some of this, but you gotta gather a certain way. So what you're normally going to think is, hey, get the toppers, because we love this for fire starting. Like, we love it, okay? But in our case, that's not what we're gonna do. We wanna go down low and break this stuff off, okay? So we want nice long shoots. I don't want to say the longer the better, because you don't need like 10-foot shoots. This stuff doesn't get 10 foot, but point being, don't break it up close. Break it down just a little bit so you have something to work with, okay? All right, let's just do that. And just like that, I got it. I'm not even too concerned with the flower tops. I'm more concerned with all of this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it behind my toes and in front of my heel. So right in the arch of my foot, I am going to lay this in, bend it up, and then I am going to tie this. So right where my hands are, I am going to simply tie this. Now, you wanna tie this tight enough so it's not falling off your foot, okay? So in my case, I'm gonna put a surgeon's knot in here. I'm gonna pull it nice and tight so it's not sliding all over. Finish that off. Cut my cordage away. All right, we're almost ready to go. Up at this section, we don't want all this sticking off. So all I'm gonna do is break this. You can also cut this, but you see it doesn't take long just to break it free. Now we have a contraption that looks like this. Okay, so we have an area, you can see my foot is sliding like crazy. You put this here, you can hear that, listen to that grabbing. And I'm not doing anything different, it's just grabbing in because of everything we got going on down here. So there you have it, Bushcraft Ice Creepers, another tool for the toolbox. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a quick, easy one, something you'll probably always remember now, and if you ever get in a situation, you can use it. So thanks for watching. Click the subscribe link below if you haven't already. I appreciate all of your support. Check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com for our school and our merchandise and all our cool stuff. And until next video, don't fall on the ice, stay in the woods.